Tonight on Local 10, he weighed close to 200 pounds when he went in. But months later, an autopsy revealed a mentally ill Miami-Dade inmate died weighing closer to 100 pounds. The family of Randy Heath wants to know what happened and spoke with our Lauren Livingston.
And what you're about to see, they want you to see. And we have to warn you, it's extremely graphic.
But there's something that happened.
The jail never called me and say nothing. Never called right now today. Never called.
This is not a healthy person. This is definitely a person that suffered. And they suffered really bad.
It's not just the sores on Randy Heath's body or the bruising.
Yeah, he's like a skeleton.
Almost unrecognizable to his mother and niece.
He was doing good. You know what I mean? And it don't make no sense.
Any person, no matter how wrong they've done, still doesn't deserve to be treated unfair.
Kiara Batten says her uncle Randy was
A very happy guy.
despite and in spite of his struggles. Randy battled schizophrenia. He was bipolar.
He had his substance abuse issues, but he loved to eat. No matter what, he was that joyful person.
Felicia Whipple once ran a group home where Randy lived.
Randy went in TGK. He would come out of TGK all the time. Petty crimes. If he go in somebody's yard, steal some shoes. If he go and see a tool shed, he's going to get some tools.
A similar arrest landed Randy in an ankle monitor last year. He was rearrested last November for tampering with that device and booked in at TGK.
So from November 2020 to July of 2021, how many times would you say you actually spoke to Randy?
No contact at all.
The pandemic prevented in-person visits, and video visitation requests went nowhere.
I used to call TGK like every other day to check on him.
Randy was very, very smart. He knew your numbers by heart. He knew how to dial the phone with no problem. But she said he's not answering. But
Oh, he doing good. Some other time they call, they tell me he just got to eat, and some other time they call, they say he's sleeping.
Never could get a hold of him.
Randy died July 18th, just days after his 39th birthday. It wasn't until the day after Angela Heath learned she'd lost her only son.
I would have been thinking he was still alive.
These extremely graphic photos came from the medical examiner. So did this report. Randy died from food asphyxia. The report notes a large piece of orange was found blocking his airway. The contributing cause, pica, a disorder which causes people to eat things other than food.
it says that he had a sponge inside of him. He had a piece of plastic inside of him. He had a mustard packet inside of him.
The family also shared some of Randy's medical records and previous treatment plans. Never a mention of pica. Randy was a mental health patient who was regularly prescribed medication. None were detected in his toxicology report. Just months before he was arrested, a 5'10" Randy weighed in at 204 pounds. When the medical examiner weighed Randy, he weighed only 113 pounds.
He's not eating. Is he being given food? Is he even taking medication? No one spoken to my grandmother, his mother, to even explain what happened.
Randy, he didn't deserve this.
Miami-Dade police are now conducting an investigation into Randy's death. In a statement, a Corrections and Rehabilitation Department spokesperson tells us the department is firmly committed to the integrity of the investigative process and will not compromise it by commenting or prematurely disclosing vital information on any open and active investigation.
But Randy does have a family. No matter what his situation was, he always has a family, and he will always have this family.
That what happened in that cell in the dark. God will bring the light out.
Well, shortly after our interview, Randy's family hired a lawyer. Attorney Chris Caproni sent us this statement saying, in part, Randy's condition at the time of his death raises serious questions about how he was treated. We await the results of TGK's internal investigation. The Heath family deserves answers and accountability as they struggle to make sense of this terrible tragedy, end quote. A Miami-Dade court records show less than 2 weeks before Randy Heath died in jail, a judge ruled that he was incompetent and ordered him remanded into DCF custody.